everyone hear me in the back? No? Can everyone hear me in the back?
It's under the little platform.
It might work if you.
All right, can everyone hear me in the back? All right, cool. So I'm gonna read from this novel, Blood Stew. It's dark fantasy, but since there's some kids here, I'm gonna choose like a milder section to read. And it's only gonna be like 2 pages, so it's gonna end rather abruptly. And this chapter is called Octopus. One more thing, it takes place in the medieval version of South Korea, so there's some Korean words in there. All right, octopus. Namgi cast spells over his mother and little sisters. His lies of grandmother's successful octopus hunt fill in their heads. Their gazes passed over the images he drew, lingering on the crude depictions for only a moment, as delighted smiles of good fortune touched their lips. Let's prepare the side dishes, Gu In-hae told Chon-soo and Chan-ming. A happy face set the girls to dancing as they got the small knives and cutting boards ready. A dull throb started in the back of Namgi's head, another side effect of the ginseng potion. He had stayed up all night. Though he didn't feel sleepy, fatigue solidified at the edges of his consciousness, so it felt as if he viewed the world from the bottom of an ocean. The colors of the restaurant rippled in his vision suddenly to become garish, the walls and floor bathed in harsh, glaring light. The daily nosebleed had stopped, for which Namgi was grateful. He stuck the red-stained cloth into his pocket to wash later and stepped outside, but Kim Ju-won called after him. Don't go far. You have to make sure there's no dust or dirt on the tables of our floor tonight. Everything must be perfect. Namgi checked the sign. Pausing a few steps beyond the door, he tapped his cane on the shelves of the narrow path that led to the restaurant and waited for his grandmother. The presence of his father hovering behind him increased his agitation. As he sensed his father's patience running dry, he started to turn back to the restaurant to begin cleaning as it had been ordered. Out of the corner of his eye, he saw his grandmother walking up the winding path. She carried a fishing pot, and by the way she gripped the edges, Namgi knew something heavy must be in it. Hope rising, he hobbled down the path to meet her, his back aching with each quick step. Harmony. His voice boomed in his ears, making him flinch. Moderating his tone, he asked, "Did you bring something good back with you?" His grandmother's face, tanned and wrinkled from years in the sun, bore a light sheen of perspiration as she strode briskly down the path. The sinewy muscles of her arms stood out against her flesh under the strain of the pot. "You can see once I get inside," she said in a gravelly voice, hoarse with age. Namgi couldn't let that happen. "Isn't there too much for you walking up all the way from the coast?" He wrapped a spell around the suggestion. "You have been so good to us, Harmony, but you seem very tired. Don't you think you have gone far enough and need to rest now?" Namgi created a bridge between his mind and his grandmother's and eased his will over her own. He built a reality of her exhaustion from her dive and implanted it deep inside of her. Confusion swept over his grandmother's features as she slowed. Whereas before her stride had been strong and purposeful, now she stumbled, her weakness causing surprise to creep into her gaze. That might be 5 minutes, thanks.